I would just say exactly the same as the guys. One thing we have that's pretty strange is we had, because it's a school band, we've got a band that this was its final season. They're all the kids were finished this year, and we've come a long road. We've known these kids for maybe 10 years or more, and we've come up through the different competitions and different levels, and we're really looking forward to the final season, but it's finished, it's done. So that's a kind of really weird kind of feeling, it's just that they've been a special kind of bunch, these kids, and come a long way, and it's just gone. So that's quite a strange feeling, but we've got plenty more, a lot of young ones coming through, another 2 bands, but it's just for these kids to have had their final go after all this time. It's pretty sad. So
I wonder whether adults are handling it better than the kids, because there's a wee girl up just lived, a neighbour of mine's, wee Hazel, plays with the North Lanarkshire schools pipe band, same as yourself, Angus. And asking her how it affected her, and then she says, well, I was asking about exams. She says, well, it's my final year. The exams we don't have any exams, and they'll be judged or judged on how I think they during the school session. And she thinks it was also going to be my final year with the pipe band. And so, there's some kids out there, as you say, they've missed out on all their exams, they've missed out on, Hazel said, I've missed out on my proms. Funny how these things come up, but and I've missed out on my final year with the band. And so you're jumping 2 years almost from the year before to miss a year to the year after. And I just wonder if adults kind of handle it better than kids, because there's always, as Mike said, there's so many other things that we all need and want to do, and never had the time, and never would have the time in our busy schedules as solo players or pipe majors in particular. And so one of my advices was, just use this time to work on your technique, work on technique, work out all the stuff that you need to work on your drumming wise. And I suppose probably the same as the piping. It's an ideal opportunity for people with more space than they ever thought they would have, and more time in their hands than they ever thought they would have, to do all these things. So anyway, I think when there's negatives happen, there's also a lot of positives, and it gives people the space to actually knuckle down and work on the stuff that they wouldn't normally have the time to work on.
I hear a dog.
Okay, who needs to walk the dog?
No, my dog is my next door neighbour's dog. Hold on a second. More a sausage or something.
So Stuart, your band is pretty well known. What's the future looking there as far as this situation?
It's just, we've just shelved everything at the moment. We did have a concert planned in August, just before the World Championship, and they've now put that forward to 2021. So at the moment, everything's just on pause. I've just asked the guys just to keep working away by themselves. I think some of them have met on Zoom for a social. No chanters involved, just a couple of beers, I believe. But I wasn't involved in that. I don't know. But no, that's all you can do, isn't it? There's nothing really. You just have to write it out and see. That's what the guys have been saying. Personally, I've been playing a lot, actually. I've never practiced this much in my life. It's great. Fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. It's just, I'm enjoying the time that you can afford to do that. And as Willie says, to be able to work on things and change things without the pressure of an event coming up. You've got the time and space to do it. So yeah, it's good. John, your lips are moving, but I think you're on mute.
Stuart, you were telling me yesterday about some things going on in your household right now. What's that? What's the situation there?
Do you mean the visitors we've got? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just before the lockdown, we've got a couple from Germany, a nice couple. They were going to play their first season with the band this year, and they came over in February time. And the way they were getting around was staying in different places and working for their accommodation. And they just happened to come to us the week before lockdown, and then of course it all happened. And so they can't go back to Germany because their house is being occupied by somebody else. So they're stuck here, and all we've got to do is we play a lot of pipes, and we do a lot of drinking. Yeah. So, but it's good to have the extra company as well. It's been good. It's been good so far.
And with your wife also being German, you're probably having some great German food now, huh?
You're right. Yeah. The food's been good, and I'm learning the language a bit quicker. You'll be the same, John. Do you speak German?
Ein bisschen.
That's a good accent, man. Good.
Yeah. Okay. Was it good? Okay.
It's not bad. No bad.
Okay. Will you say? Make a sentence up about pipe bands and the Dudelsack in German? Can you say a sentence for us?
Ich bin ein Dudelsackspieler.
Excellent. Well, I don't think any other questions are coming in, and I don't know if I responded to everybody who wanted to be responded to, but this is my first time doing this kind of thing. It was, I had to really tutor up on how to make this all happen. If anyone else wants to do something like this, rather than using the free Zoom, which cuts you off at 40 minutes, that would never work. A meeting is not really practical because then you'll have like 100 people on the screen all at once. So I got what's called the webinar, and you pay additional $40 to get 100 people that can join in as attendees, and then you bring in panelists. So everyone you're seeing here is a panelist, and so it keeps things kind of organized, and you choose a host. I'm the host, and we could go on ahead of time like we did yesterday and do a little practice session to make sure all the technical things were working. And I had discovered that when I set it up that I did not click video for panelists. So we were wondering, we couldn't see each other. So we had to start over again, and I had to go back in and program that. So it helps to have the practice. Of course, today, this being my first time, I forgot one important step, which Jim and I have been there as filmmakers also, where you forget to push the start button to turn on the camera to record. And I forgot to hit the record button on this so that it would go to YouTube until about 7 minutes ago. So I'm not sure if it went to the cloud or not. You're supposed to click like cloud or into the computer. And so now I'm going to look into that, and because I would have loved to have had this whole session available. And it was going to be something that people, if there were more, I don't know even how many people were watching this or are watching this, but after the 100, it would go to a live stream on YouTube and then be available there in the YouTube archive. So my bad, it's, but anyway, now you all know how you can do this yourselves. If you want to organize this for things that you want to do, just get the pro account, and you can, your webinar can last, believe it or not, up to 24 hours. Then you get cut off after 24 hours. So, but I think it's worked out pretty well. And I appreciate you all being here and taking the time, and good to see you. hope we all get to see each other again in person soon. Oh, there's the hat. And do the thing, you have to be against a wall so you can make the hat.
Aye.
Well, I think we all hope we can do something like this again. A huge thanks to John and Jim, because without them, the movie wouldn't have got anywhere near made. A huge investment of time and money, and it was great to make the friendships we made, because we kind of knew each other, but we didn't, and we kind of developed a bond that you have for life, you know. And as far as the five of us, the musicians and that were doing the concerts and the trip, I mean, we'd all known each other for a long time. We taught together, we played together, we played against each other, and it was actually a pleasure. I think I would say that we definitely formed bonds that will never be broken, and just a fantastic experience. Huge respect for everyone here, you know. So it was an absolute privilege and a pleasure. So I think we would like to do this again, but we're looking on a different route, I think. So I suppose watch this space, really, you know. We've got time when we're in lockdown maybe to decide something, so you never know. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
And a few people wrote in and said that, the trip down the East Coast would be great. We're in on that, they said. And someone else suggested another idea is follow Terry Fox's path across Canada and raise money for a cancer charity. Steve Moore said that. Frances McDonald said that she would help with whatever we needed and helping for the trip down the East Coast. So anyway, we've got people we have a handful of people who are interested, and I'm sure there'd be some help you could get for that. You know, it's something that I might not make a documentary on, but I'd probably want to come and drive the vehicle, since you need an American driver. That's why Mike and I were the designated drivers, because you guys all had.
It wouldn't be the same without you and Jim. That's for sure.
I'll be there.
We miss our late night shuffleboard sessions as well.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what the score was. I've forgotten.
It was
I think Stuart and I were the champs.
Easy.
Well, that's debatable.
Jim,
It was
someone
good
mentioned someone mentioned that you're muted.
I am.
No, the other Jim Kilpatrick. You were muted. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, no, I think we should try and make this happen down the East Coast. Perfect.
Yeah.
You never know, maybe Nova Scotia, we can repay some of the good folks that we've got the people on the team.
Yeah. Well, I know that yesterday I brought up the Alaskan Highway as an interesting trip. Basically, there's nothing along the Alaskan Highway, but it would be there might be some animals along the way. You know, you had the porpoises in Santa Monica. Imagine playing out there in the Alaskan wilderness, and all these moose come towards us. And
Or we could also do a scene on a crab boat out in the Bering Sea. That'd be awesome.
anyway, well, we digress. Okay, see y'all later.
All right, everybody.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.